Most men don't pay much attention to their prostate health until they reach their 50s or 60s. According to a survey, around 25% of men from 55 years old and above have at least one prostate condition. The first few stages of prostate diseases often show no symptoms. As a result, this rate increases to 50% for those from 70 years old and above. This number is still rising due to some modern problems, like diet or living environment, etc. That's what leads us to write today's The Prostate Protocol Review. The Prostate Protocol claims to be the ultimate way to protect you from the risks. It is said to contain natural solutions for prostatic relief. However, since this program is so new, there is not much information about it on the internet. Therefore, some of our readers were skeptical and asked us to give it a shot. After many hours of researching, here is everything you need to know about this program. The Prostate Protocol shows you how to tackle BPH at its source, and so recover your prostate health for life. The prostate is an ever-present source of male anxiety. Prostate enlargement, inflammation and cancer are real dangers to our health and survival. BPH starts with a gradually enlarging prostate gland, and getting up to pee every night. But the condition gets slowly worse, leading to urinary tract infections and, finally, kidney failure. Doctors have a routine set of treatments and meds they apply to BPH. When those treatments fail, which they often do, then surgery is next. Yet we now know why the prostate goes so badly wrong. And because we know we can put an end to it forever. Thousands of men have already done this. It was quick and it was easy. Why would you need the Prostate Protocol? It would be best if you had Prostate Protocol to guide how to prevent or deal with an enlarged prostate, both past, present, and future. It's an instructional, healthy guide that gives men the power they desire to overcome each inconvenient trip to the bathroom. BPH has been a problem for many men, and being offered a solution is more than enough of a reason to have this digital book by your side. What does the Prostate Protocol contain? The Prostate Protocol is a digital book full of information on alternative remedies that can reduce the size of your enlarged prostate gland to the size of a walnut. If you're wondering if that's great, it is. A healthy prostate gland should only be the size of a walnut, not 4 times larger. With that said, let's take a closer look at the content of the Prostate Protocol by dissecting the chapters and their categories. This will be a detailed review of the Prostate Protocol's overall content, so get ready for some bit of time invested in this part of the article. First of all, let's dive into the first part of the book, an overview of benign prostatic hyperplasia. The ebook cleverly introduces this as an introduction to irate internal plumbing. True enough, this is exactly how men would describe it, an irritating piece of internal plumbing gone wrong. Under this overview, the book will discuss the essential prostate function and its anatomy. It will detail the prostate gland inside out and give you an idea of why it's there in the first place. The prostate gland has many uses and functions, which would be highly detailed in this book. Next up, it will discuss the connections between prostatic hyperplasia, enlargement, and lower urinary tract symptoms (LUTS). It will provide scientific evidence as to where you stand currently with your state of health. This gives you a point of view on the things you should do to mitigate the problem. The Prostate Protocol will pinpoint the primary symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia. This will contain facts about the enlarged prostate and its underlying symptoms. It will give you information that could assess just how deep you are already with your enlarged prostate problem. Of course, this book will also go about the most common causes of why the prostate gland gets enlarged. You may know about hormonal imbalance already, but other factors behind it would be tackled in this book, like stress. Lastly, the Prostate Protocol will go about the complete list of risk factors for increased benign prostatic hyperplasia susceptibility. Next up, the reading material will tackle everything about diagnostic tools. What are these so-called diagnostic tools? These are the things you can do to detect if you indeed have benign prostatic hyperplasia. The book will discuss ways to monitor your condition and provide you with insight on how you'll know if your condition is getting better. Surprisingly, the book also has content on advanced testing and lab analysis procedures. If you're curious about how it is done, you can always buy the book for yourself. It's an excellent book to have, and it is informative on this kind of level. With that part done, we can see that Prostate Protocol provides an in-depth overview of the tiniest details about benign prostatic hyperplasia. It provides us with concrete, scientific understanding that we can use to assess and monitor our condition. Of course, this is without saying that we should still consult our doctor about it since they have the proper tools to do the job. Still, it is better than other books, which tackle the problem on the surface. For that, I commend the Prostate Protocol. Next up, the specifics of benign prostatic hyperplasia are discussed. This is unlike the previous part of the book, where BPH was tackled from an external perspective. The book tackles BPH and its internal intricacies in this next chapter that's adequately called Understanding the Engine to Shift Gears. Just like your automobile, your prostate gland propels your intimate drive forward, so it's necessary to understand how it works. The first thing the Prostate Protocol tackles in the chapter are the cellular mechanisms that underlie BPH. It will discuss the prostate gland's anatomy on a cellular level, touching on subjects such as reproductive hormone disruption, neuroendocrine disruption, and more. It also tackles how the immune system overreacts to things, leading to inflammation that can affect the speed at which the prostate gland can expand. There's also the added topic of metabolic instability and common cardiovascular problems that are related to BPH. In general, we can say that there are a lot of things that surround BPH. Many factors are needed to be considered, which is why it's so hard to find the source in the first place. However, it seems that Scott Davis, or Blue Heron, has found the source at which the prostate gland can go back to its original size. Additional content includes the several risk factors that provoke this kind of reaction. The enlargement of the prostate can sometimes be referred to as our body's reaction to something, whether it's stress or others. This is why the first part of this book is so important, especially the diagnostic part. Knowing which risk factor you're exposed to can quickly diagnose where you're coming from. However, if you're unsure, seek professional medical advice. Listed risk factors in the book which tell us of an enlarging prostate include dietary risk factors, lifestyle-related risk factors, risky environmental exposure, and many more. There are many things to consider, so it's best to check out the book to learn more. After all that is read, we probably know now where our enlarged prostate came from and how to gauge our condition. With that said, the next part of the book deals with natural solutions for prostatic relief. I'm sure that if you're reading this, you're quite intrigued as to how you can relieve yourself from countless annoying trips to the toilet every night. It's causing you to sleep deprivation, and that is not a good thing. Great news, you can do something to relieve yourself from this horrendous experience. For one, there are natural dietary interventions listed in the book. This can come in many ways, such as vitamins, minerals, amino acids, probiotics, prebiotics, herbal nutrients, and other things. The book explains in detail what you need to maintain a healthy diet. Sure, eating healthy is easy, but having the right food to intake is hard to choose on your own. With this book, you'll be able to see what food you exactly need to relieve yourself of your prostatic burdens. There are also other interventions listed here, such as lifestyle interventions. These lifestyle interventions have one thing in common: they reduce stress. Things such as exercise, sleep hygiene, sunbathing, and mindful stress management sessions are some of the ways that are explained in detail in this book. This is because reduced stress can reduce the aggravation made by your enlarged prostate. In some ways, it can even help reduce it as well. Of course, with these interventions, there are certain things a man should know. It's not a magical intervention, so the author of the Prostate Protocol added some things about proper detoxification and things that should be cut down and done in moderation. They also provide tips on natural substitutes for some cooking ingredients. Overall, these tips and tricks listed to relieve an enlarged prostate are too welcomed by men who have been suffering for a very long time. As they say, relief only comes once in a blue moon for people suffering from BPH, but if there are methods for relief intervention, then as it turns out, BPH was only a choice to take action on. Lastly, the Prostate Protocol discusses the different ways on how you can prepare nutritious blends that can give you added immunity and better probiotic health. That's right, this prostate manual turned into a cooking book in a matter of minutes. How is that? It's because of precise detail. According to some studies, good bacteria in our gut, called probiotics, can also help regulate our hormone balance. If the colonies inside our gut die out, then it can turn into a hormonal imbalance disaster. What's the root cause of an enlarged prostate? It's a hormonal imbalance. How does the Prostate Protocol work? Prostate Protocol works by taking a shot at increasing the probiotic population found in your small intestines to attempt to balance out the hormonal levels inside your body. According to the book, prostate glands tend to expand due to the hormonal imbalance done by decreasing gut bacteria population, so Prostate Protocol contains a list of things that you can do to increase the number of probiotics that are found inside your body. In maintaining a healthy population of probiotics, your body's hormonal balance will come to equilibrium, and your prostate gland will start shrinking. This, in turn, will give you relief from all the prostatic problems that you are facing. How much does the Prostate Protocol cost? The Prostate Protocol costs only $49. I know that sounds a lot, but hear me out. As I was browsing through this book, I noticed a lot of information regarding prostate health in this single reading material. There's even a couple of ideas that you wouldn't have thought of if they weren't written in this book. Where can I buy the Prostate Protocol? The Prostate Protocol official website can be found in the description below.
Go ahead and click the button below now and let's get started.